Hi, gang. Episode 4 coming to you on a dreary Sunday afternoon. Sitting out here on the Mahindra, as you can see. Little love to Stoneham's up there in Waynesboro. That's who sold me this tractor. And I mean, I'm telling you what, for a chore tractor, you can't beat them. Mahindra 1626. Got the gear drive, didn't get the hydro. I mean, this is my view from my throne, as it were. The cat didn't come with it. He just helps himself. But, well, it's been kind of a quiet week, actually. Got 2 good days of rain and got a little bit more moving in. And, hey, we need it. So, let's see. What all did we want to talk about this week? Well, we talked about some preparedness, and something's been bugging me. Not really bugging me, but been thinking about it for the last week or so. Back this winter, we had an ice storm come through. Man, there's people stranded out on I-95 down by Richmond. They stuck out there 12, 14 hours, some of them. Now, those are the kind, when I talk about disasters and stuff like that and being prepared, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I ain't talking about this Hollywood horse crap. You know, aliens and zombie apocalypses and nuclear holocaust, because around here, if we got nuked, there ain't gonna be none of us left. We're all gonna be dust. Okay, we got Camp David, we got DC, we got Baltimore, we got Little Pentagon. We're toast around here, okay? So we're gonna deal with this thing called reality. Simple fact is, yeah, we all live in, we're up and down the road in our cars. And I know you've probably heard this a million times, and the AAA has PSAs out all over about it. But common sense, let's stick with the letter B. Today's survival tip is brought to you by the letter B. Guess which show I'm referencing? Okay, B is in blade, pocket knife, Bic as in lighter, blanket, so you don't get cold, bottle, for water, and let's see, what B word could I use for cordage? Oh, it don't matter, because there's a few other B's we're going to throw in there that exceed the basic 5, and these are for in your car or when you're traveling, because it could be, not a 14-hour stretch on 95. It could be, 5 hours on the Capitol Beltway when somebody rolls a big truck over and you're caught between exits and you can't go nowhere. But just little, again, common sense things that a lot of times people just don't think about. Oh, it's never going to happen to me. Oh, I got my cell phone, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, best of luck to you with all that. But definitely, if you're going to be, especially in the wintertime around here, because this is the mid-Atlantic. I mean, if you don't like the weather, give us 5 minutes. We'll tell you something different. Definitely a blanket in the car. Keep gas in the car. Don't do like me and drive around thinking E means enough to get to the next station. It doesn't work. Yeah. Ask me how I know. Anyway, keep fuel in the car, because obviously you're going to be sitting there idling the engine. Little things you wouldn't think about, really, like baby wipes. Those of you that are parents, you know exactly why we need the baby wipes. It's because if you're sitting out there for 14 hours on, the side of the road somewhere, you're stuck, you can't get out, or maybe you slid off in the ditch at nighttime and, AAA or whoever your service provider is can't get out there to get you. Well, sooner or later, anything that goes in is going to have to come out. And quote, Corporal Sean Kelly, sooner or later you're going to have to drop a deuce in the woods. So some way of maintaining personal hygiene is pretty important, at least to me. So keep just a pack of baby wipes in the car, obviously a bottle of water, a little bit of food to snack on. I ain't saying you got to have a bug out bag in the back and, supplies to last you for a 30-day patrol. But enough stuff that you're not completely miserable sitting there. Because things are going to happen. And how that one guy put it, we shoot from our racks, we fight from our packs, and we live out of our pockets, or survive out of our pockets. It was something like that I remember from one of my classes when I was in the military. And he wasn't lying. I've said that a couple episodes ago, and I'm saying it again. You know, you don't have to have this grandiose, over-engineered survival system in place. I mean, if you want to do that, and that's, you know, you enjoy that sort of thing, hey, more power to you. But just going here, I'm going to show you one of our food storage areas. I call this the cold room. And well, I went in here the other day and I decided that we needed to organize in here because we didn't really know what we had. I knew we had a lot, but we didn't know what we had. So you can see we got a little stash in here, enough to keep us going that if, you know, we had a big snowstorm or a major weather event that, you know, we wouldn't go without, and might be able to help out some of the folks around that maybe aren't in quite as good a shape. And of course, I've got our 3 freezers all well stocked. And my one guilty pleasure, shoot me, I don't care. Anyway, but I'm back. I haven't figured out how to flip the camera from one side of the phone to the other, so I don't even try. I've trashed about 7 videos trying to do it, and it was an epic failure anyway I went at it, so. But fun little plant right there. It's called burdock. It's also called, some folks call it cocklebur. And goats love this stuff. I've actually been harvesting it for them to chow down on instead of just dry hay. One, it gets it out of my way, and 2, they love it. So, but needless to say, got absolutely nothing done on the M. Need to get going on it, but I'll get to it. It'll be there. But we were, you know, again, we're talking about just, you can't be prepared for everything, and it's physically impossible. I mean, a lot of these, you know, prepper websites and stuff would tell you that you can. Well, again, this is called reality. I know it's my favorite line. I know I'm going to catch crap for it. Oh, well. But, you know, when you're out there on the highway like that, I keep coming back to that incident down there because I remember how everybody was, you know, National Guard and FEMA and all these groups were out there trying to help these people. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's really a rotten situation to be in. And it definitely caught a lot of people by surprise. But here around this area, you best be prepared for it, because that kind of stuff, you know, with the way the climate's been changing, and I'm not blaming anybody for that. Climate's been changing since God made the earth. It doesn't stay the same. That's the only thing that, you know, is the same, is that nothing stays the same. And love this hairdo. Woohoo! Look like alfalfa. But you're best off to always keep something in the car. You know, I said the other day about keeping an old flannel shirt or an old hoodie in the car in case the weather gets bad and you got to get out. Well, you can see I'm wearing a flannel today, and it's not really that chilly, but it's been raining off and on. I was over at my buddy Mark's place this afternoon, and I didn't get as wet as if I didn't have this throat in the truck with me. I'm going to show you another reason why you should probably keep something like that in the car with you at all times. Let's go for a little walk, shall we? I'm going to show you why, because I am an idiot. I found this out this morning when I come out, jumped in to pick up, go over to Mark's place. Had to take some chisel plow parts over to him and pick up some fertilizer box parts for my corn planter. And while we was over there, had a nice little visit, scored me a nice copy of the Lancaster Farmer. Well, I've got this wonderful habit of doing that when I ride down the road. The other day I drove home from work and I had the window rolled down. I jumped out of the truck. I didn't roll up the window. That's why you carry the blanket or something with you. As you can see, this nice clean spot is sopping wet. Now, nobody on here and nobody watching this can walk on water. Nobody's perfect. Sooner or later, you're going to leave the window rolled down, the seat's going to get wet. And it's never going to fail. It's going to happen when you're on your way to a job interview or an important meeting or somewhere where you got to look nice, you know. And to have something like that you can throw over the seat so that you don't end up, A, being miserably uncomfortable all day, and B, people don't look at you wondering why you peed yourself. But hey, that's just a suggestion about keeping stuff in the car. Keep you some food, keep some baby wipes, keep some water in the car, something to drink. And quite honestly, if you've got like I said before, girls got it made, y'all got a purse, you can, put a little pack of aspirin or, Tums or whatever like that. The little things like that. Now, for us guys, it's not quite as easy. We don't normally carry, stuff like that with us on a day in, day out basis. But just some way, little secrets box, or you say, oh, these guys, I can survive out of an Altoid tin. Here's my alcohol stove I built. Whoop-de-doo. How about you just open the dad blame thing up, put you a couple packs of aspirin, a couple packs of antacids in there, maybe, those little Pepto-Bismol tablets in case you get, an upset stomach, or some Imodium, cough drops, just little stuff like that. Maybe toss it in the console of the car. Throw a couple Band-Aids in there. A little better than nothing kit, I guess you would call it. And just use a modicum of good old-fashioned common sense. I mean, if you're out there and it happens and you're stuck, there's nothing you can do except try to be ready for, somewhat ready for it. And even then, it's not going to be a pleasant situation, but it doesn't have to be its own level of hell either. But again, you can see how much food we had stored in there. And again, that's not some, huge amount, but it's enough that, if we had a real bad weather event through this area, which we do get them up in here, not often, but we do. And generally when we get them, folks aren't prepared and everybody goes bonkers. And it's almost comical to sit back and watch. Tragicomical. But that was my big thing here, is just trying to remind people, because summertime's coming. We're going to be getting storms. You're going to have, these quick gully washers and windstorms going to be knocking trees down, and you don't know when or where you're going to get stuck. So try to always make sure you got a little something with you just to get you through. Like I said, it may not be pleasant, but it doesn't have to be miserable. But other than that, yes, say hi, everybody. Oh, hi, Squeaky. Oh, yes, Saturn wants to say hi. Yes, no, you cannot eat the phone. You can't eat the phone, you little dork. Oh, kids nowadays. But I made a real short video last week, and I apologize. And I know I've been just kind of wandering around, running off at the mouth this time. But just, I think about these things through the week, and I really don't want to make a video of it, because it's kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. I'd rather wait and put it all out there and try to give you a little something to stew on for a while. And if you have like AAA or any of these road services, make sure they're paid up. And if you're going to get some sort of an emergency roadside service, do yourself a favor and get a decent one. I use AAA. I recommend AAA. They've saved my keister several times. You get these ones that are fly by night, and they're a hot cooking bargain, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Just remember, something sounds too dadgum good to be true. It's too good to be true. You're going to get what you pay for, But I'll leave that to your wisdom and intellect to decide what you want to do there. But I would definitely, if you do any amount of serious traveling, I would definitely look into getting some sort of a road service, because it can make your life a whole lot better, or in a situation like that where you might not be thinking the straightest, or you might be in an area where you don't know anyone, and okay, you can bang, hit AAA, whop, boom, boom, you're done. That's the other nice thing about them. They are nationwide. I mean, they're actually do things worldwide, but around here, nationwide's all we're worrying about. I don't think you're going to be driving your car to Argentina anytime soon. But hey, if you are, take me along. But anyway, I do want to thank everybody that's subscribed to the channel, that watches the videos, that puts up with my inane ramblings. We do appreciate it. We love you for it. And hopefully you can come away from these little tirades learning something, or at least being entertained for a while. If nothing else, you can tell your buddies, hey, look at the dumb redneck I found on YouTube. I mean, hey, entertainment's entertainment. I guess. I don't know. Some of it's lower quality than others. And there's stuff like mine where calling it entertainment is using the academic sense of the word. But that's a whole whopping 16 minutes and 34 seconds of pretty much nothing. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to chew on. We talked about the survival of B, which in synopsis, Blade, Bic, blanket, baby wipes, bottle of water, box of cookies, batteries for your flashlight or your phone, because invariably if you got I got a flashlight in the car, and you go to grab that sucker, guaranteed it. I'm not going to guarantee it, but Murphy's Law would state that when you go to use it, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. So kind of hedge your bets there a little bit by making sure that if you have this gear in your car, that it does work. Put you a little first aid kit together. Like I said, it doesn't have to be, a 68 whiskey gunshot trauma response bag. 68 whiskey for you old Army veterans, you know who I am, or who I'm talking about. I was 62 Echo. But I guess that's about it for this week. I mean, around the farm here, it's been kind of slow. We've just been running a milk truck, and I did get all the fertilizer spread down at the other farm. That was last weekend's debacle. And I'm going to slip out of these muck boots. I'm going to go in here and eat me a bite of supper, and that's going to be about the long and short of it for the night. And again, we thank you for everything you do for the channel, for your likes, your comments, heck, your criticisms. I mean, I ain't perfect. And with no further ado, until next time, or until something fun happens, we'll see ya.